Patriots Nation, there is a shift happening in Foxborough, and if you have been paying close attention to the moves behind the scenes, you can feel it building. The New England Patriots are not just looking to patch holes for the upcoming season. They are trying to reshape the direction of this offense around their young quarterback. After months of speculation about blockbuster trades and expensive veteran signings, the latest developments have made one thing clear: the plan is changing. The front office, led by Elliott Wolf and guided on the field by Mike Vrabel, understands that the future of this franchise revolves around giving Drake May the right tools to grow, and the search for that true offensive weapon has officially taken center stage. For weeks, fans tossed around big names at wide receiver. The idea of bringing in a proven star was exciting. It is easy to imagine a headline signing instantly transforming the offense. But reality has started to set in. Some of the most talked about veterans either carry massive price tags, durability concerns, or simply do not align with the long-term vision this team is trying to build. The Patriots are not one piece away from a championship run. They are building something sustainable, and that changes how you approach the wide receiver position. Instead of chasing a name, they appear ready to invest in development. One of the early possibilities that had many intrigued was Alex Pierce. The production he showed, especially when paired with improved quarterback play, flashed legitimate number one potential. He is young, athletic, and still ascending. That is exactly the type of profile that would make sense for a team constructing around a developing passer. However, with the Indianapolis Colts signaling their intention to retain him, whether through a franchise designation or a long-term agreement, that door appears to be closing quickly. And when one door shuts in the National Football League, another strategy must immediately take shape. This is where the draft becomes critical. The Patriots hold 11 picks, and that kind of draft capital gives them flexibility. They do not have to force a move. They can let the board fall to them. And while some fans are dreaming about a splash selection in the first round at wide receiver, the smarter projection points elsewhere. The edge rusher class is deep this year. Defensive pressure remains one of the most valuable commodities in the league. If there is an opportunity to land a difference maker on the edge without sacrificing assets, that may be too important to ignore in the opening round. That does not mean wide receiver is off the table. It simply shifts the timeline. When you look toward the second round, that is where things start to get fascinating. The Patriots are positioned in a range where developmental wide receivers with high ceilings could realistically be available. These are not polished, finished products. These are athletes with traits, size, speed, and flashes of dominance against elite competition. And if you believe in your coaching staff's ability to mold talent, that becomes extremely appealing. One name that continues to generate buzz is Chris Brazell III out of Tennessee. At 6'4" and around 195 pounds, he brings the kind of frame that naturally fits the traditional outside receiver role. But it is not just about size. He clocked an impressive 40-yard dash time at the combine, showing he can stretch the field in a way that forces defensive coordinators to adjust. His performance against top-tier opponents demonstrated that he can rise to the moment. When he put up massive yardage against playoff-caliber defenses, it was not by accident. It was because he possesses the physical tools to win contested catches and the acceleration to separate vertically. The appeal with a prospect like Brazell is not that he is a finished star. It is that he has the raw ingredients. He flashes strong releases at the line of scrimmage. He shows the ability to track the football over his shoulder. He can be quarterback-friendly on intermediate routes, presenting a large catch radius and reliable hands in traffic. Those are traits that make life easier for a young quarterback like Drake May. And when you pair physical upside with a coaching philosophy centered on drafting and developing, you start to see the vision taking shape. There are other intriguing options projected in that same draft range. Jacoby Lane offers another big-bodied presence who could thrive in red zone situations. His production may not jump off the page at first glance, but context matters. Sharing targets with other talented receivers can limit statistical output, yet it does not diminish potential. Put him in a system where he is featured more prominently, and you might unlock a completely different level of performance. His build-up speed and catch radius give him tools that translate well to the professional level. Then there is Elijah Sarrett, a player who might not carry the exact prototype dimensions of the traditional outside receiver, but brings leadership and competitiveness that cannot be measured purely by numbers. At 6'2", he has enough size to line up outside, while also offering flexibility to move inside. His college tape reveals a receiver who consistently makes tough catches, fights through contact, and shows up in big moments against strong defensive units. For a young offense searching for identity, culture setters matter. All of this circles back to a central question. What is the smartest way to accelerate Drake May's development? Is it investing heavy money in a veteran whose best seasons may already be behind him? Or is it identifying a talented prospect who can grow alongside your quarterback for years to come? The Patriots appear to be leaning toward the latter. With a deep edge class potentially commanding attention early in the draft and a strong pool of wide receivers available on day 2, the blueprint is becoming clearer. The next few weeks will only intensify the conversation as evaluations tighten and draft boards solidify, and every new piece of information adds another layer to what is shaping up to be a pivotal offseason in New England. As this offseason continues to unfold, what makes this moment so fascinating for the New England Patriots is that every decision feels interconnected. If they choose to prioritize the defensive front early in the draft, that choice will directly influence how aggressive they become on day 2 at wide receiver. And if they decide to add a veteran presence before the draft even begins, that could completely reshape the type of prospect they target. The front office is operating with patience, and that patience signals confidence in their evaluation process. They are not reacting emotionally to outside noise. They are mapping out a long-term build designed to support Drake May not just this season, but for years to come. There is also a financial element to all of this that cannot be ignored. Committing massive money to an aging star might create a short-term spike in excitement, but it can also limit flexibility when it comes time to extend homegrown talent. The Patriots have historically built their most successful rosters through calculated spending and disciplined drafting. If they believe this receiver class offers value in the middle rounds, that aligns perfectly with their identity. A young wide receiver on a rookie contract provides cost control and developmental upside, giving the coaching staff time to refine technique, expand route trees, and strengthen chemistry with the quarterback. When you evaluate a player like Chris Brazell III, it is not just about the highlight plays. It is about projection. Can he handle press coverage at the professional level? Can he consistently win on third down when defenses know the ball is coming his way? Those are the layers the Patriots will dissect. His combination of height, stride length, and vertical thread ability forces defensive backs to respect the deep ball. That alone can open up space underneath for other targets. For a quarterback like Drake May, who thrives when he can stretch the field and attack different levels of coverage, having a receiver who commands safety attention changes everything. Jacoby Lane presents a different but equally intriguing profile. He may not possess blazing top-end speed, but his physicality and body control in contested catch situations make him a legitimate red zone weapon. The Patriots struggled at times finishing drives, settling for field goals instead of touchdowns. A receiver who can high-point the football, shield defenders with his frame, and convert in tight spaces adds a dimension this offense desperately needs. Development in route precision and timing could elevate him from complementary piece to reliable starter. Elijah Sarrett brings another dynamic entirely. His leadership qualities and competitive fire stand out when you watch extended tape. He fights for extra yards after the catch. He blocks with effort in the run game. He shows an understanding of spacing against zone coverage. Those traits build trust with coaches quickly. While he might not fit the traditional outside prototype perfectly, versatility has tremendous value in modern offenses. Being able to line up in multiple spots keeps defenses guessing and allows offensive coordinators to create mismatches. Of course, the draft is never predictable. Prospects rise and fall after workouts, medical evaluations, and team interviews. A strong combine performance can push a receiver into the first-round conversation, shrinking the pool available when the Patriots are on the clock in the second. That is why maintaining flexibility with 11 selections is so critical. Trading up, trading back, or packaging picks to target a specific player all remain possibilities. What seems unlikely is a reckless gamble. Every move will be measured against the broader rebuild. Another factor to monitor is the current receiver room. There is belief within the organization that certain young players can still take significant steps forward. Strength development, refined route running, and expanded playbooks can unlock production that was not consistently visible last season. If even one internal option makes a leap, the urgency to force a draft pick at wide receiver decreases slightly. But relying solely on internal growth would be risky. Competition drives improvement, and adding a talented rookie injects fresh energy into the group. Meanwhile, the offensive philosophy under Mike Vrabel emphasizes toughness and balance. A wide receiver who embraces physical football, who is willing to battle at the line of scrimmage and contribute in the running game, will always have an advantage in this system. Traits matter just as much as statistics. A prospect with modest college numbers, but elite work ethic and coachability could ultimately outperform a more decorated name who struggles to adapt to professional complexity. Drake May's development remains the heartbeat of this entire conversation. Young quarterbacks benefit from receivers who understand timing, who adjust routes when plays break down, and who offer large windows in contested situations. Confidence grows when completions feel routine rather than forced. The Patriots do not need a flashy headline. They need reliability, explosiveness at the right moments, and a player who can grow alongside their signal caller. Drafting that type of receiver in the second round would align perfectly with a patient, forward-thinking approach. At the same time, attention will not drift entirely away from the running game or other skill positions. Rumblings around the league about veteran movement, including established running backs potentially becoming available, could create opportunities to strengthen the offense in multiple areas. If the Patriots can improve their ground attack while also adding a developing wide receiver, the overall pressure on Drake May decreases. Balanced offenses are harder to defend, especially when they can threaten both vertically and between the tackles. As the draft approaches, the speculation will intensify. Mock drafts will shift weekly. Analysts will debate whether the Patriots should prioritize immediate impact or long-term upside. Inside the building, however, the focus will remain on fit. Fit with the locker room culture. Fit with the offensive scheme. Fit with the timeline of a young quarterback who represents the future of the franchise. Every name discussed, every prospect evaluated, feeds into that singular objective of constructing an offense capable of sustained growth and explosive potential, and the decisions made over the next stretch of weeks will quietly shape the foundation of what this team hopes to become as it pushes forward into a new era in Foxborough. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy, share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers echoing through league circles suggest that something big may be brewing in New England. Sources close to front offices across the NFL believe the New England Patriots have quietly entered the conversation for A.J. Brown, sending shockwaves through a fan base hungry for a true offensive star. While nothing is close to official, the mere idea of such a move has already ignited debate, excitement, and skepticism in equal measure. The rumor gained traction after insiders noted increased chatter around Foxborough, where the front office is said to be exploring bold scenarios rather than incremental upgrades. The Patriots have been searching for a dominant wide receiver capable of changing defensive game plans, and Brown's name keeps resurfacing in those internal discussions. The possibility alone represents a philosophical shift for a franchise long known for restraint and splashy acquisitions. On the other side, the Tennessee Titans are rumored to be listening, at least cautiously. League executives speculate that contract dynamics, long-term roster planning, and the allure of draft capital could make even an untouchable name subject to conversation. No concrete offer has leaked, but the sense around the league is that preliminary feelers have been exchanged, enough to keep phones buzzing late into the night. Skeptics point out the obvious hurdles. Pulling off a deal of this magnitude would require a significant package, one that could reshape New England's roster for years. Others counter that this is precisely the kind of aggressive move the Patriots need to reassert themselves as contenders. Adding a physical, explosive playmaker in his prime would instantly redefine the offense and signal a new era of ambition. For now, everything remains in the realm of speculation, the kind that thrives in silence and grows louder by the hour. Whether this rumor flames out or evolves into one of the most stunning trades in recent memory, one thing is certain. The league is watching closely, and Foxborough is once again at the center of the storm. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.